Are you ready to become cyborg?
Are you ready?
I am ready.
According to Yahoo News, Zoomin, this cyborg created a non-biological device to connect the father to her baby. And yes, and I have a video, a few videos here.
Father. Now, here's the problem, Gons. Father doesn't exist anymore in this mainstream culture. We got birthing persons, we got non-birthing persons.
Yeah.
So they're trying to connect a cyborg baby to a non-birthing person, rather.
Yes. And this it follows Moon Ribas. And we've reported on Moon Rivas before, many years ago.
I remember.
She was the one who self-described cyborg, can sense every earthquake in real time. She had that thing.
Yeah, she's like
device
hooked up to the seismographs all over the world.
Yeah. And by the way, we have a little baby today, and
we do have a baby. We are co-parenting this episode.
Yes, try to keep him distracted, which is crazy.
I did think the seismograph thing. This was her previous thing. We're not going into her history necessarily, but I loved it because it was like, I'm a cyborg now. I can feel an earthquake in real time. Yeah. It's like, that's how earthquakes work.
Right. So I got some clips of this story here, and we'll play it for you, and we will briefly discuss.
Sometimes I do feel that this is the most radical thing I've done.
The sounds are very soft and kind of like white noise. Sometimes some kick or bubbles coming up.
Very watery. So in a way we say that Kim is digitally pregnant and I'm biologically pregnant. So in a way we are both pregnant, but in different ways.
So they're both pregnant. He's digitally pregnant. Yeah,
digitally pregnant.
You don't understand, Basil. The man is digitally pregnant. The woman is physically pregnant. Yes.
You're right. I don't understand.
No,
that is fun. You know, I thought there's an interesting aspect to this, especially during the Roe v. Wade, aftermath that we're in right now. And I was like, is this like a, I mean, it's just the very act of recognizing an unborn baby,
right?
Like,
they're like, you're not going to you're not going to legally kill babies anymore. Well, we'll just turn them into cyborgs. That's kind of the attitude.
I don't know. I thought that they were kind of like there's a bit of a danger for this artist because it's paying too much attention to the unborn baby. We're supposed to be not really paying attention to them because we want to be able to get rid of them without much emotional consequence.
Right.
And so this really is like, listen to the baby, connect to the baby, the father.
What's really interesting,
pregnant.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, let me just play more clips of it, and then we'll discuss more.
Oh, there's more.
So I'm Moon Rivas, and I'm a cyborg artist. I define myself as a cyborg because I unite myself with technology in order to extend my senses.
My name is Kim Jiron. I'm a circus artist.
We became pregnant, so we kind of introduced this our way of creating art into this new experience.
It gives me a sensation what it would be to be pregnant. But in a very different way, because I don't feel anything physically. I can not grow a baby inside my belly, but still it is my baby, and it's something that we share.
Tone the line there. Maybe this is part of the conservative swing. This is in Spain
feels
too.
Like it.
It's also in Spain. I don't know all the woke politics over there in Spain. The situation there, but
subtleties of the woke politics.
But okay, so when my wife was pregnant both times, all three times, but I wasn't there on the first one. But anyway, they strap on this device where you can hear the baby and do whatever, and all they're doing is using that device and like putting it through some software or whatever, and some kind of
amplification or something,
like a vibration thing that he's putting on his body or his belly or something. It's really not that interesting, It's you can call it cyborg, but it's not.
Is that part of it? Is there like a haptic dimension to this?
Yeah.
Like if the baby kicks, he can feel a kick?
I think that's what it is, yeah. So
okay, that's something. That's something more. I thought it was just the listening thing, and he's like, yes, it sounds like white noise. And for a second, I'm like, what are you saying? So I thought maybe like saying that the baby was just white noise kind of had an aspect of like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing yet. It's like a fan on in the room.
Right. One more clip, and this is them talking about their art piece that came from this whole experience.
And we started collaborating with Moon, doing performances and creating this pregnancy sense, or this new sense, cyborg organ.
When you're an artist, you cannot separate life with the artwork. Like you try to share the experience that you have of reality. For me, cyborg art is like designing your own perception of reality by creating new senses and organs. So there are many things that happen around us that we don't perceive, and I use technology and the creation of new senses in order to do that.
Kind of hard to hear, but she was basically saying,
this music is horrible.
It's horrible. The mix is awful. Whoever made this, just terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's basically talking about creating new senses and new organs, because there's so much stuff happening around us that we can't see. And so she uses technology so that we can feel and see and all those things, which is very much something that transhumanism has been talking about for a long time, which is, hey, we can't see into the infrared. What if we can? We can't see, there's certain animals that can see certain things. Maybe we can use some of those genes to be able to have the same kind of perceptions as animals or, machines or whatever else. So in that regard, it's very much in line with the transhumanist movement. And, it's interesting because all of this is still, well, she did have implants, so I guess that is next level. But in terms of the baby itself...
You mean her original implants?
Her original implants for her earthquake feeling machine or whatever. But the baby itself isn't hooked up to any machines or anything like that. So to call it a cyborg baby, sure.
That would be
more of a philosophical.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you consider the connection between the baby and the mother, the baby sort of at this point being fully integrated, but with being inside, being hooked up through the umbilical cord, the reliance on the mother. You could say if the mother is a cyborg, then the baby is a cyborg. I think we could rhetorically get there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think, this is a very interesting timing for this woman. I would love to know if she had been working on this for like a long time.
Well,
and then
I'm sure
the Roe v. Wade thing kind of happened.
I'm sure she had it planned in terms of, because, she's pretty pregnant here. I mean, she looks like she's third trimester here. So I'm sure she planned it, and maybe the Roe thing is just kind of a coincidence because, again, she's in Spain. So, but there you go. That's the whole story.
I think it's interesting. Yeah. This might be, you could see how something like this, transhumanism, becoming an important aspect, an important dimension between mother and child, and in this case, especially father and unborn child. It really does kind of play into a conservative transhumanism or a transhuman conservatism.
Yeah, it does, but it also, it looks like they spelled biological wrong in the headline. It says biological. Good job, zooming. It also, though, without going there explicitly, it does kind of appeal to the, hey, men can get pregnant too, thinking. Not in like again, he says in there like, I don't actually have a baby in my stomach and all that kind of stuff, and that's I get that that's the woke argument, but this is more practical. You know what I mean? It's more like, hey, let's use these devices. Let's connect with the baby. The husband or father can feel the things.
Digitally pregnant.
Digitally pregnant. Yeah. So I think
coining of the term might be the most important aspect of what's happening here. Because I think, having the father sort of try to get up in there, listen to the baby, stuff like that, isn't necessarily new whatsoever.
All those pictures of the husband or father, like putting his face on the belly and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But as we know, language and rhetoric defines reality, and it, in its own special way, creates reality.
Right.
So having the term coined, digitally pregnant, goes a long way to, you know, creating a framework around the social engineering, and, you know, which I don't think necessarily the idea of the father feeling more involved in the life of the unborn child is necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
But you're right. The timing of this has a lot of things wrapped up in it.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. And it's Friday. Right? It's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. Hey, baby.
You got it right.
It's Friday. There you go. Keep playing with the Friday thing.
Oh no, what happened? Oh wait, hold on. I know what happened. Here we go.
Hold on, before you go into it.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Brother G had a great comment. Tamagotchi dad. See, you could have some sort of cyborg element, some sort of transhuman element where the father can have a little Tamagotchi on his keychain and kind of interact with the baby with beeps and boops, have his, kind of the, what is it called? What is it called? The vision, the way you see the baby. What is that thing called?
Ultrasound?
Ultrasound, yes. He's got like a little ultrasound image, live ultrasound image of the baby on his Tamagotchi, and can like send little signals or something to it. There you go. Digitally pregnant, baby. Let's go.
Great. All right. So
now
let's try this again. It's Friday.
It's Friday. There you go. Keep playing with the Friday thing. It's Friday.